Believe it or not, this is a camera, and I love that it's so sleek and quiet. Okay, just waiting for it to process after taking a photo, so. But it's cool. Oh, that's the wrong way. Easy. Me. Hello, it's me. I'm Steven Allen. How are you doing today? Hit the subscribe button if you like vintage tech. I like old cameras. What's the oldest camera you have? I think the oldest camera I have is my Hasselblad 500CM. I think this is the oldest camera that I have. And my Hasselblad. And this is a good. Go out there, take some photos, have a fun old time. Sorry. This camera is a Sony Mavica MVC-FD85. That's a full name. And it came out in the year 2000. It's a floppy disk camera. It doesn't shoot to one of these. It shoots to one of these. It also shoots to one of these, but I'll talk about this later. This is a little adapter that allows you to shoot more than 6 photos on one of the floppy disks. This camera shoots photos and it shoots videos. The videos are really low resolution.
This is Barry. Yeah. Say, I'll be able to come to your party after all.
It's a 1.3 megapixel camera that can capture all of the details that you want. No, don't expect that much. I feel like we need a change of scenery, so let's go out and shoot. Let me rephrase. I mean, let's get it. That's not better. It's the middle of the night. I really judged the time badly. So it is so dark and I want to shoot with a really old camera. I don't think that's going to work well. The streets are empty. So I tried to take the photos with the Sony Mavica camera. That was kind of a chop. That didn't work. It's super late. It's super dark. Cool. Still waiting for it to process. Wow. So if it is not painfully obvious, this is not a low light camera. This camera needs light. This camera needs to see what it is taking a photo of. It is not like my A7S II, which is the camera I'm using right now to film with. It can probably see into another dimension. The A7S II works magic. This Sony camera, not so much. Okay, so that candle decided to be difficult. That's fun. There is a setting on here for low light, and it doesn't really work that well. And I am in New York City, so there are a bunch of lights around. It's pretty bright outside, even though it is nighttime, but you still couldn't really see that much. I went out the next day. I left my apartment a few hours earlier, and it was still bright outside. I went to Central Park, and I got some photos that came out where you could see what I was taking a photo of. All right, take 2. I am outside, going to Central Park to record. I don't know if you can hear me. Probably not. was shot with this Sony Mavica camera again. I think that was a little bit better. It's brighter outside. It's super cold, and I forgot my scarf. So I'm concerned about my neck getting too cold. My fingers are frozen. Wow, that was so much fun, right? Going outside during the global Peter Pan. Fun. So with this camera, you can't expect to get like really high resolution photos. It is JPEG. That is the highest quality that you can shoot on this camera as far as I could find. I looked through the menu. It's not a really large menu. It's pretty simple to use. All of these photos and more are on my Patreon, and there's other fun stuff over there, so go check that out. Become a Patreon patron today. Link in the description. Yes. This can only hold 6 of these tiny JPEG pixelated photos. 6 on here. But it's digital, so that's the thing. You can get 1 video on this disc. This adapter allows you to take a lot more photos. This is the Mavica-FD85. You have this, which looks like a floppy disk, and then inside of it you have a memory stick.
Come on in, George. Just for a minute. I promised the folks I'd come straight home from the movie.
Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo. And then inside of this, because you could just, this is originally what you would get, and you would get, you know, whatever size you could. But I don't think they really made large sizes for this. And I think it would be kind of expensive to get this today. So I put inside of it a Memory Stick Duo. So this is actually the one that came with my PSP. It only has 32 megabytes, but again, these photos are so tiny on this camera. They're not the highest quality JPEG photos, so you can fit a lot on just this. I tried to use an SD card adapter with this adapter, but it didn't work. But the thing about it is you have to put this in, all of that stuff in here. It requires 2 flat batteries that you have to put in here, and these are CR 2016. I've noticed that the third-party battery makers make the batteries just a little bit bigger, and often a lot of these older cameras use like a spring to remove the batteries. So if you put a battery, because I did kind of push a third-party battery in here kind of far, and I was having trouble getting it out. So that is something to keep in mind. Use the first-party battery. This battery is from the year 2000. It still holds its charge. Check out my music. Oh, Mystery Man. Are you a foe? I wanna know. Or a friend? Tell me, Mystery. Buy, play, stream, hear it now. Are you interested in this camera? I just think it's cool. I really like vintage tech. I like vintage cameras, vintage equipment in general. It's kind of fun to play around with. Like the limitations of the camera, if you could make a solid image out of it, I think that's pretty cool. The plan is to post 2 times a week, Monday and Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see, you know, I'm doing my best. You know how it goes. I am doing my best. So subscribe to this YouTube channel, give this video a thumbs up, and do something to the bell. Tap it to turn on those post notifications so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Subscribe. Visit my website, prillen.com, where you can find out more about my art, clothing, music, blog, store, merch, and all of that good stuff and more. And until next time, take a little time to make art and be brilliant. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. During the global Peter Pan. You know, most photographers on these YouTube stuff, they'll say, let's go out and shoot with some Portra 400. No, we got that good. We're going to shoot with some Imation 2HD IBM formatted 1.44 megabyte. We're going to shoot with a floppy disk.